Overview. During the British rule in India, it wasn't just about gaining more land and money. The British believed they had a special responsibility to civilize the local people, which meant changing their ways of life and values. In our Class 8 Social Science chapter called Civilizing the Native, Educating the Nation, we'll explore how British rule affected the lives of students like us. How the British saw education. 8. Arrival of William Jones in Calcutta. In 1783, William Jones arrived in Calcutta as a junior judge at the Supreme Court. Jones was a linguist with knowledge of Greek, Latin, French, English, Arabic, and Persian. He immersed himself in the study of Sanskrit language, grammar, and poetry with the help of pundits. Though scholars' interest in ancient Indian heritage, Henry Thomas Colebrook and Nathaniel Halt were scholars who shared a fascination for ancient Indian heritage. They mastered Indian languages and translated Sanskrit and Persian works into English. Jones, Colebrook, and Halt established the Asiatic Society of Bengal and launched the journal Asiatic Researches. 10. Rediscovering ancient texts. Jones and Colebrook believed that Indian civilization had declined over time and sought to understand it better. They aimed to discover and interpret ancient sacred and legal texts from India's past. Through their efforts, they found and translated these texts, making their findings known to others. 4. Purpose and impact of the project. The project aimed to help Indians reconnect with their heritage and understand the lost glories of the past. East India Company officials supported the study of ancient Indian texts, Sanskrit, and Persian literature and poetry. Institutions like the Madrasa in Calcutta and the Hindu College in Benares were established to promote these studies. 5. Significance for Hindus and Muslims. The study of ancient texts and traditions aimed to familiarize Hindus and Muslims with their respective cultural knowledge. Hindus were encouraged to explore Sanskrit texts, while Muslims focused on Arabic, Persian, and Islamic law. By studying Orientalism, we gain insights into the efforts of scholars like Jones, Colebrook, and Halt to rediscover India's ancient heritage and the impact of their work on education and cultural understanding during the British rule in India. Try yourself. The British believed that the natives could be civilized by teaching them what subject? A. Science. B. Mathematics. C. English language and literature. D. History explanation. The British believed that the natives could be civilized by teaching them English language and literature. This belief was rooted in the idea that adopting European ways of life, including the English language, would bring about changes in the tastes, desires, and moral character of the natives. Therefore, option C is the correct answer as it aligns with the belief of the British during that time. View solution. Grave errors of the East, early 19th century. British officials criticize Orientalist version of learning. James Mill attacks Orientalists' beliefs education should teach useful and practical subjects. Advocates for Indians to learn scientific and technical advances from the West. Thomas Babington Macaulay criticizes Orientalists. Thomas Babington Macaulay views India as an uncivilized country in need of civilization, emphasizes the importance of teaching the English language. English Education Act of 1835 introduced following Macaulay's suggestions. English made the medium of instruction for higher education. Promotion of Oriental institutions stopped education for commerce. In 1854, the East India Company's Court of Directors issued Wood's Dispatch, an educational directive for India. The dispatch, written by Charles Wood, emphasized the practical benefits of European learning over Oriental knowledge. European education was seen as a way to help Indians understand the importance of trade, commerce, and the development of their country's resources. It was believed that adopting European ways of life would bring about changes in the tastes, desires, and moral character of Indians. To implement the dispatch, education departments were established to oversee all educational matters. Efforts were made to establish universities, with Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay being among the first to have universities in 1857. Reforms were also introduced in the school education system to align with the goals outlined in Wood's dispatch. Try yourself. Which of the following statements about Wood's Dispatch and its impact on education in India is correct? A. Wood's Dispatch was issued in 1857 by the East India Company's Court of Directors. B. The dispatch emphasized the importance of Oriental knowledge over European learning. C. Education departments were not established to implement the dispatch's directives. D. Reforms were introduced in the school education system to align with the goals of Wood's Dispatch. Explanation: Wood's Dispatch was issued in 1854 by the East India Company's Court of Directors. The dispatch emphasized the practical benefits of European learning and aimed to help Indians understand the importance of trade, commerce, and the development of their country's resources. To implement the dispatch, education departments were established, and efforts were made to establish universities. Additionally, reforms were introduced in the school education system to align with the goals outlined in Wood's Dispatch. Therefore, option D is the correct statement as it accurately reflects the information provided. View solution: what happened to the local schools? The report of William Adam in the 1830 Scottish missionary William Adam toured Bengal and Bihar districts. He was assigned by the company to report on vernacular school education progress. He discovered that the education system was flexible, with local schools called pathshalas. Features of pathshalas included no fixed fees, no printed books, no separate school buildings, no benches or chairs, no blackboards, no separate classes, no roll call registers, no annual examinations, and no regular timetables. The teaching process was primarily oral, with gurus deciding what to teach based on students' needs. A village pathshala: new routines, new rules post Ekart 5-4, the company aimed to enhance vernacular education by implementing structure, routines, rules, and regular inspections. Government-appointed pundits were assigned to oversee 4 to 5 schools each. Education was to be based on textbooks, and learning would be assessed through annual examinations. Pathshalas that complied with the new regulations received government grants. The agenda for a national education: some Indians impressed with the development in Europe felt that Western education would help to modernize India. Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore reacted against Western education. English education